last, on your discography, your last album was Restored in Order in 2010, correct?
Right.
What has been in the works since then?
In these 4 or 5 years, man, I've been taking my time because that Restore in Order record was the first record I ever did by myself. No record company, no distributor. I just wanted to reap all the benefits of that record because I was going through such a weird period in my life that I wanted to be the one to cash in on it, you know. And so since then, I've been working. Well, we did a lot of shows and doing, you know, trips and stuff like that with some of that music. And so what we did now in the new, like the last 2.5 years, that I was able to concentrate on this record called The Lost Decade. And we've been putting that together, you know, slowly but surely, and coming in and out of ideas of what I wanted to do since I've been, you know, more enlightened with information and knowledge, wisdom, and getting the understanding of all those things, and just so that I can grow and be the lord of myself and master myself, you know what I mean, more. My thoughts, the way I talk, the way that I think, you know, the energy that I put out to the universe. So now that we've been working on this for a while, we're starting to put out the singles now. The first single was, and video was, It Was Me Man, produced by my son Cazal, and it featured my man Jerobi of A Tribe Called Quest. My man Dinko D came out for the video from Leaders of the New School. That was cool. And then the second single and video was The Mush, that just released in December with my man Doodlebug of Diggable Planets. And now we're working on the third single and video called Knowledge, with a nice cameo with my man Chuck D of Public Enemy on that one. So we're just putting it all together, and now we have a distributor that's willing to work with us and give us a better percentage on what we sell, you know what I mean? So now we're doing it back like that, and it's still, you know, it's I've seen the changes, you know, but that's what we're up to right now is in terms of Mellow Man Ace, Cazal doing his own thing, and I'll let him explain that.
How long have you been into the whole production side of things, Cazal?
Like 4 to 5 years now. I originally got into it because I was hearing this shit that cats like Dilla and the Neptunes were doing. A lot of the stuff that my parents played around when I was just a kid growing up, you know. I remember he had brought home a bass guitar because he was going to incorporate it. He was going to play it on his live sets. And so, ever since he brought that shit home, he couldn't get any time, you know what I'm saying? So just sitting there like 10 or 11 years old, just blistering my fingers for hours at a time. But he didn't want me to do music because it's such a, you know, dog-eat-dog industry. You gotta have thick, tough skin to be able to sustain in this business. And so he was like, if you really want to do this, you gotta turn this basic, messed up setup, which was like a MIDI controller with a desktop, like a Dell desktop. The front of it was ripped off and everything. He was like, if you really want to do this, you gotta turn this into
some money.
You gotta really want it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, word up. He got me that. I just spent hours learning the keys, and at the time I was using FL Studio and stuff. Nobody would ever hear those tracks. That's how that started, and I started doing things for my pops on Restoring Order. Was like my first productions that ever came out. I had Third Eye Vision and the Green Eye Monster on it, and I was kind of like, whoa. I made something that my dad actually liked, and I was kind of bugging out because I was just trying to, you know, find the sound between all the stuff that my parents played me growing up, and making my own identity. Which was one thing that I'm really grateful for my pops. He had a huge part of me coming to find my own sound. If I sounded like too much like anybody else, he would tell me like, yo, you copying Dilla, you copying Timberland, you know what I'm saying? When you get all those influences and you digest them, you kind of come into your own with it. And then it kind of really got solidified when we did the Zizix project, and that Delicious vinyl was really taken by it when I was like 14. I remember like my freshman year in high school, they had signed me in like December. You never hear of never hear of stuff like that because the industry really is slowed down during the winter. But when we did the Zizix, I really knew like, okay, I can do this, like, seriously. And since then, I've just been producing for Pops, Master Ace, Only Love, Cats from the Far Side, sending beats to Jerobi from Tribe. He's got like hundreds of beats. Drez, Native Tongues fam, really super honored to be down with a lot of them. In 2015, I'm really trying to work with see if there's any younger cats that would be down. I feel like maybe because of the past, cats are intimidated to ask for beats, but I really want to work with younger cats this year because I'm producing my own rap album as well, so I'd be down to do something with a younger MC that I really click with, if that presents itself. But that's how I really got into producing.
At any point, considering who your dad is, and I guess you could say the real successful starter with like Mentirosa and, you know, the other tracks that follow, did you feel pressure at any point? Like, I really got to own up to, you know, my dad's name?
Nah, to be honest. Because I remember when I started making beats, I wasn't doing it for any purpose other than it was where life made sense for those 6 hours, you know? When you're putting your own things together and you're creating your own landscapes, nothing is foreign, you know what I'm saying? Or if something's foreign, you use it, flip it, turn it into something that's up here. I never really felt like there was a pressure. Maybe if there ever was, it was more so lyrically. Because my dad, he's progressed so much over the years as far as his lyricism. And I think it's evident on a lot of his newer stuff that we're doing. And so, like, if anything, there was a pressure to be as nice or even better than Pops. But we kind of sharpen each other in that realm, you know. He taught me how to write. Sometimes I'll be listening to younger cats and he's like staying sharp on what's verbally cracking in today, you know. And if there was ever pressure, it was more so lyrical.
You've been in the industry for quite some time now, Mellow, and you did mention that you've seen the changes. You know, quote unquote, someone can pioneer you, or you would be the godfather of Latin hip hop, if you will. In your eyes, how has the industry changed? Like within the Latino community or the Latino MCs, if you will, in your own perspective, like how different is it from where it was at to where it is now?
Just in general, I don't want to categorize us right now or separate us from anything. I think overall hip-hop sense, when you're talking about musical landscapes and you're talking about marketplace change and these things that a lot of young artists don't even pay attention to, and they don't know what they get themselves into when they decide to be, you know, in the music industry. You know, that's really, to me, what's changed the most, aside from the internet, which I feel has killed the unity and the culture single-handedly. But as a people, I think we have segregated ourselves into little corners and pockets of what hip-hop is. And I think it has a lot to do with social media. That's in itself is a destroyer because it keeps us away from each other. And why a fan might look at a picture of you at a show and go, well, there's no need to really go to the show now since I saw the picture. And it's gotten a lazy community of hip-hop listeners. It's created a lazy community of hip-hop followers, of consumers. And I think that's been the biggest thing that I've seen over the years that's detrimental to our business.